Dragon Ball Sparking Zero officially comes out in... And with this game peeking at me from literally over the horizon and new leaks confirmed, I just realized that I am screwed. Now, before we go any further, I want to mention that with Sparking Zero being right around the corner, I'm not in favor with any more of the game's content or features being leaked. Because even though I do think that if we did know everything about this game, it would still top every chart, a little day one surprise never hurt anybody. So if you have an early copy of the game and you want to stay unbanned before the game even drops, be quiet and let us all indulge on the 8th or 11th whenever we get it. That being said, there were some leaks of the Dragon Ball ranked mode and story mode I hear, and while I didn't catch whatever stream was actually putting them out, I have heard some things about the online mode, especially for what seems to be ranked. Now, in fighting games, I wouldn't like to say that I'm a troll of any kind, because that's just not who I am. But to use my own friend's words, I tend to be a bit insufferable. And look, I don't blame him. In fighters, my team consisted of Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, Vegito, and UI Goku. And look, I can already see y'all in the comments talking about it, and I get it. The team was, and still probably is, very, very broken. But I didn't pay all that money for that game to block and reflect. I paid to push buttons and turn my brain off. I know my team wasn't fun for others or necessarily fair by many means, but it was fine because Fighters was a relatively balanced game that did come down to skill. But according to interviews and leaks, Sparking Zero is nothing like that. It was already confirmed that this game wasn't intended to be balanced and have it so that a good Hercule was on equal footing with a mid-Whis, but it was supposed to actually reflect the strength of the characters and the people that were playing. This raised a lot of concerns in the lead up to the game because rightfully so, people were wondering what's the point of a 180 plus character roster if only the top characters overpower everybody else. To stop this, Sparking Zero came up with I would call it unique solution. They decided to assign characters a DP or destruction point number, and you only get 15 of them to make your 5-character team. Now, presumably this is only for ranked mode, or at least there's some online space where you can play without this restriction. But this means that for ranked, you have to be much more careful about who you pick. Because from the leaks, top tiers like the Goku and Vegeta fusions, plus Whis and Beerus cost 10 of your 15 points, and UI Goku costs 9. Now, there is up to 5 characters per teams. But if you even look at my 3-character team from Fighters, I'm in trouble. Obviously, this makes things pretty interesting because now you really have to think about which character is going to pick, and this gives transformations more value because now you can use less points to start with the base version of a character and then level your way up to the strong ones. But they still blocked you from exploiting fusions by making the 2 characters you would need cost whatever that fusion would cost anyway. I don't think this is going to change it to make that Yajirobe is now some S tier character that's at the top of everybody's tier list, but it's definitely going to hurt some top tier characters in future tier lists if their presence isn't capable of handling at least 3 full characters of lower DP points. I think the 15-point limit is a little harsh, and I know that's rich coming from me, but if you think about it, if you pick a 10 DP character, you either have to fill the rest of your slots with garbage or get one other solid character on your roster and then fight through a gauntlet with just those 2. I do hope that this is really only for ranked mode though, because while I respect the attempt and the want to balance the game, I want to have all-out battles with my friends. I want to have us play stat teams of 3 fusions with angels and brolies everywhere. And I feel like if it's all in good fun, then it shouldn't be a problem. When you set up a room, you should be able to set the rules in place so that you can fight with those rules or with not, or maybe even change the amount of points you're allowed per team. If you were to ask me now, including the fact that there will be items that you can equip to characters along with cosmetics that actually buff and change the character's stats, I think everyone from early Z Goku and up in strength are probably viable characters. And yes, that does unfortunately mean that base Kaba does actually have a chance to defeat Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, but it's not going to happen to me. My pre-game predictions are that the most common characters you're going to see online are going to be Super Goku and Vegeta, of course, because not only are they relatively cheap, but you can also buff them and transform. Plus, if you have them both on the team, you can fuse. We're going to see Broly, Hit, Gohan, and Trunks. Now, of course, the game isn't out yet, and these are all preliminary guesses, but I think based on popularity of the characters and my guesses on what those characters are worth from not seeing the full DP points leak and how buffs will play out, these seem to be picks that you can put on any team, and it'll be pretty solid. And honestly, it doesn't matter if I can't play my top tiers because I'm still going to EVO with this game, and I will be washing niggas with Hercule. But I'm curious what you guys think about this point system though. Do you think they'll adjust it with patches, like when they buff or nerf characters, they'll adjust their point values? Or will they change your overall allowed points over time when they make those buffs to characters? Whatever y'all think, leave it in the comments below. And with that, I'm CJZX2. Y'all know where to find me, and I'm gonna see y'all in the next one.